we were able to model the actual desk that she had in there, where it was a desk from Proline Studio Desk.
Yeah.
And even just details like that of putting those in renderings really helps excite people for a project. Where seeing their actual equipment in there, they actually start to see like, oh, how would I be moving around in the room? Like is that where I want to put the monitor, or do I need to put it, somewhere else?
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff really, even aside from like the treatment decisions, it just excites somebody about a project.
Yeah, I remember we're currently working on a project for Brant Ward out in Connecticut.
Right.
And what was great about those rendering is that early on in the process, he sent us every bit of gear that he owned. And acoustically, that isn't as important as us knowing like let's say the speakers or the desk and things like that. But each piece of gear, he sent us a list. And so we had fun one day, and you guys found images for every piece of gear and put it in the producer desk that was in the back of his room. I love it because like 2 or 3 days passed, and then he was giving us feedback about the renderings. He's like, I like this element, I like that. And then 2 or 3 days later, he emailed us and said, wait a second, I just noticed that every single piece of gear that I own is in the rack. Like it was completely customized. And yeah, that's something that we don't have to do, but it's one of those things where it's just like it excites people. It gets them really fired up to get that studio to look and feel the way that they want it to.
Yeah, and it's something that like kind of we talk about a lot when we're talking about what our approach on projects is going to be, and like even like when you look at our core values when we talk about like the sound of it's so much beyond just kind of the technical aspects of getting a room that sounds good. A lot of it's just kind of helping a client organize their thoughts and feel comfortable with the project. And so paying attention to those types of details is what makes the design process feel comfortable and safe for a client. And that's kind of the role that we place at. It's taking out as much guesswork as possible and helping them feel more secure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that was our coworker, Alex Harris. He made those, he was the one on Brant Ward's project who put all the attention to all that detail in there, and he did awesome with it.
It totally paid off, because like when we got that email, we were all excited about it because he was already excited about the renderings, and it just took it to another level.
Yeah, and it was funny where it was like, is this worth it to spend a couple hours of my afternoon doing this? And it absolutely is. You know, it's the type of thing that really changes a project. And then this is another example of a studio. It was for an organization called True Colors, and they were building a recording studio. And it's again like kind of incorporating things from their logo. Their logo was a horseshoe, and so we included that on a backlit wood panel on the wall in the live room. And then it's all those wood slats on the wall have 6 inches of acoustical treatment behind it, and so that makes for a really nice focal point for the studio. And obviously, it features a lot of LED lighting and customized looks, and that was another fun one to render as well.